Alright, I've now accidentally pepper sprayed my entire house. Okay, so today we're going to be making something that I've never made before in my entire life, but I've eaten a lot in my life, and that is hummus. I have never made hummus before, and I'm going to go on a personal journey figuring out exactly how to make it. I've done some base research on the way that hummus is made and the way that other people have made hummus. So I'm going to kind of take the things that I've read and I'm going to make this hummus my own. I have a good amount of garden fresh jalapeno here, so I'm going to make a spicy jalapeno hummus. So from last night I've taken dried chickpeas and I've been soaking them in a mixture of baking soda and also salt overnight. And so next step is I got to get these kind of simmering so they're super soft, because when you're approaching hummus you want to get that like really silky, smooth, non-chunky, creamy hummus. And to get that, I had to soak them overnight. I'm now going to boil them until they're basically disintegrating and then continue the hummus making part. So, to start, I'm going to get these strained real quick. And then I'm going to get them rinsed, and we'll get them in the pot with some of those jalapenos, actually. Okay, so this is a little over a cup of chickpeas. And a lot of people, when they're making their hummus, I've seen them, they're adding carrots, they're adding celery, they're adding other aromatics and vegetables and things like that for kind of like a base flavor that they're gonna make in their hummus. I'm going to use about 4 fresh jalapenos, and I'm just gonna cut them in half and toss them in there, seeds and all, and just kind of let them do their thing. At the end, after it's done simmering, I'm just gonna pull these jalapenos and discard them. So let's get, that one's a little small. Let's get a couple of the bigger jalapenos. The other 4 I'm going to roast and get a char, remove the skin, seeds, and pulp, and then I'm actually going to blend them in with the actual hummus. And also, you know what, last minute decision here. I have this 7-pot Douglah that is fresh from the garden that I don't really have a place for at the moment. So I'm gonna toss this in on the boil as well and hope I can get some background spice out of this with not a lot of flavor of this. This is an oily guy. Into the pot. All right, I'm gonna cover this with about 6 cups of water, bring up the boil, I'm gonna let it simmer for 2 hours, and then we're going to continue. I'm definitely not the definitive guide on how to be making hummus. This is the very first time I've ever done this, and this is just my approach. That was about 4 cups. All right, 2 more cups. It's basically just to keep them covered. 2 bay leaves, and also some garlic. Now I'm gonna get this up to a boil, get it to a simmer. I'm gonna simmer for about 2 hours, and I want these chickpeas to be basically like disintegrating, so it's just easier to blend them. I'm also gonna add some salt to this as well, and I've got some ghost chili salt that my friends Jacobson Salt Company sent me. So I'm gonna put about, I don't know, 3 teaspoons of salt in here at the same time, and we're off to the races. Alright, I've now accidentally pepper sprayed my entire house, so we are going to continue to cook this outside on a grill. Fun. Alright, I started roasting the peppers out here as well. They're pretty good and blackened, so I'm going to take these off, let them rest for a little while, and then I'll get them de-skinned, de-seeded, and ready for the hummus. Alright, these peppers have cooled down enough. I'm going to skin them, and then I'm also going to seed them and get them ready for when we're actually going to start putting the hummus together. There's probably a better way to remove the skins from these, but luckily there's only 4 of these, and this is working out for me perfectly. I know a lot of people put them in like a paper bag and kind of steams the skins a little bit so the skins are easier to come off, but I don't have a paper bag right now, and this is working just fine. Well, it's working fine-ish. Also, I finally got the fumes out of my kitchen after I like pepper sprayed my entire family. So that's good. But the chickpeas are still simmering outside of my grill. Far away from here. Right out there. So it's my hope that the simmering of the jalapenos and that 7-pot Douglah out there will bring a little bit of heat to it, because roasting these and then removing the seeds and the pulp and the placenta and all that from inside these peppers, I'm not expecting a lot of heat to come from these, like basically almost no heat, but it should have that like nice roasted jalapeno flavor. So we're definitely gonna get some flavor from it, but not expecting a ton of heat. Okay, I've got these guys seated. Just gonna wait for the chickpeas to finish simmering, and then we're gonna start to build this thing. Okay, I just brought the chickpeas in from outside, and they are super tender. Ooh, and they're super tender. So now it's time to actually build this freaking hummus. So, I've got a blender. We're going to discard all of those simmered jalapenos and 7-pot Douglahs that were in there. We're gonna get rid of those 2 bay leaves that I tossed in there. We're going to leave the garlic. And then we're going to transfer this all to a blender. And we're gonna blend it up. We're gonna try to continue to keep the consistency of what hummus is. You want it to be thick, you know, like a thick hummus, but smooth. And I'm gonna add some olive oil to it. I'm gonna add some coriander. I'm going to add some lemon. Ooh, I almost stole a piece of garlic. I can go right there in the blender. I'm gonna add some lemon to it. It's gonna be good. And if I need to add any more liquid, I can just use the kind of basically the braising liquid left over from these chickpeas. Yeah. Okay, let's get these all transferred over. And I did taste one of these chickpeas, and it has a fantastic heat. It's not super overwhelming, but the jalapenos and the 7-pot Douglah that's in here did absolutely 100% penetrate the chickpeas, which is what I was hoping for. So that was kind of an experiment, but I thought it was going to work out, and it did, so I'm super thankful for that. So I'm hoping that that will kind of bring the heat backbone that we're looking for, and then the fresh jalapenos are going to bring like the jalapeno flavor to it. It should all kind of come together. Okay, all the chickpeas are in there. Set that right there. I'm going to get my lemon. Roll my lemon out. I'm going to put a half a lemon in here to start. That's a good amount right there. As far as coriander goes, I'm going to go with like a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. So we're going by feel here. Boom. And then I'm going to start blending this up, and I'm just going to kind of add olive oil as need be. Right off the bat, definitely need to add some olive oil to it. This is some good quality olive oil that a friend of us gave us for a Christmas present this year. We're getting the consistency that we're looking for here. I just realized I almost forgot to put the jalapeno in here. So the jalapeno is going in right now. Gonna push that to the bottom, scrape the sides down a little bit. The consistency is fabulous. I'm super excited about that part for sure. Okay. So that is definitely blended enough. Let's see what we're working with. That has got a very good kick to it. Whoa. All right, that is hot. But not overpowering. I'm definitely getting the jalapeno. This could be really good. Okay. Last thing we gotta do is we gotta add some tahini to it. And so on this, I did not make my own tahini. I probably should have made my own tahini. Next time I will make my own tahini. But I was able to get a spiced tahini. So I'm looking at the ingredients of this. It's actually not made with much, so that kind of makes me happy. So this is made by a company called Roland, and it's a spiced tahini, which is like a ground sesame seed situation here. So it's made with white sesame seeds, red chili pepper, and paprika. That's it. So that's good. Again, I'm just gonna do this by feel. So I put about, I don't know, 3 tablespoons in there to start. I think we're at the point where I can transfer this to a bowl and kind of mix the tahini in. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna get this out of here. Consistency is fabulous. I need more room to mix it. All right, I do think it needs a little bit more of the tahini, so I'm gonna bring that in here. I also think it needs a little bit more olive oil. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of that too. Okay, now let's mix. Okay, that's incorporated. Get a little taster here. All right, so 2 things I think it needs. I think it's gonna need more lemon juice. So I'm gonna go with the other half of the lemon, for sure. Get that in here. And I think it needs salt. So I'm gonna add some more salt. Actually, I think it needs a lot more salt. So it's kind of under-seasoned at the moment, so here's about, say about maybe a teaspoon and a half, 2 teaspoons of salt, and another half of a lemon. The jalapeno is just kind of incorporated in there. I'm getting flavor from the jalapeno. It needs something to kind of just bring it all. It's not seasoned well enough. And the lemon was definitely not popping yet. Let's see how we're doing here. There we go. Boom. Way better. Okay. So, final step. I'm going to put this in the freezer. I'm going to chill it. I'm going to plate it. And then I'm going to taste it and have kind of the final discussion. Okay, hummus. I put the hummus in the freezer for a little bit so it can come down to a good serving temperature. So it's nice and chilled. It's time to plate this stuff and give it a final taste and kind of discuss how things, the positives, the negatives of this. So I'm trying to give it some pretty good presentation because presentation is super, super important at the same time. I want this hummus to look good for you guys. Okay. So I'm breaking out in a fancy bowl. Just about all that. All right, so I'm gonna make a little small indentation right there in the middle. Got that. And then I've got some hot smoked paprika. So I'm just gonna dust the whole thing with some paprika. Boom, lightly. And then I'm just gonna top it off with some good olive oil right there in the middle. Boom. That is looking good. Let's see how it tastes after it's all said and done. Get right here in the middle. Super happy. It's got a really good amount of heat. It's definitely not overpowering. It builds a little bit from the 7-pot Douglah that's in here that actually did way more than I thought it was going to. I can tell because it's like a deeper burn to it, but it's not overpowering it at all. The fresh jalapenos definitely come through. It could use even more. There's 4 fresh jalapeno in here. If I did this again, I'd probably double it. I put 8 fresh jalapenos in here. To recap, I used raw chickpeas. I simmered them in jalapenos and that 7-pot Douglah for about 2 hours. Got them real soft. Roasted a couple of jalapenos, blended them all up, added the jalapenos with a spicy tamari sauce, added some more salt on top of that, topped it off with some spicy smoked paprika and some good olive oil, and we are off to the races. This was fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed as always. This is how I do hummus, at least my first time around. I hope you guys liked it. Bye.
Hey, this is Brian Ames. Please click the subscribe button that you see right there, and you'll subscribe to my videos. From now on, I'm going to be eating a lot of peppers. It's going to, oh man, it's going to be great. Bye.